Hey you guys, it's Carrie with Coach DIY and I am here with your spiral staircase tutorial. This is for your Eternal Rest craft kit. So I didn't do a full tutorial on the whole Eternal Rest. Let me just show you a couple of key things. So I've given you in your kit, you've got lots of photos. And there's really only a couple of main pieces to the kit that have to go in certain places. So the building obviously needs to go in a certain place. And you've got your, I call it the honeymoon suite. So you've got this part here. And then in the, I'll turn this upside down so you can see it. In the base, your main building goes here. And then this is the slot for the tree. And you can see that my tree still comes out. I did glue a pumpkin to it, but I purposely didn't glue the tree in so that I can actually take that out later because it's so delicate, right? I want to be able to store that safely. Let's see if I can get that back in. And see, it just goes right back in, right? So think about that when you're doing it. You don't necessarily need to glue the tree in. And then you can package it safely and flat up against something. You don't have to worry about your storage. I think the rest of this is a lot safer. I did glue that down. You don't have to though. That's up to you. But like your cemetery stone, your gravestones, your pumpkins, ghosts, bats, all of those things really can go where you want them. Even the windows can go wherever you want them. You can obviously do what I did, but you can put them where you want. And then you've got different wood pieces that you can put across different places. But do it however you want. But when it comes to the spiral staircase, let's talk about the pieces. So you're going to have this piece. It's got a rounded top and a flat bottom, and it's gonna go in your base. There's this piece, this hole. That's where that's gonna go, okay? And it's gonna line everything up perfectly. The only window that you want to put on here is this one. And do you see how this is lined up right here perfectly to this bottom? The top stair will line up right here. Now, if it doesn't, I'm going to show you, you've got a little flexibility, so don't panic. Don't panic. It's super simple. And then you've got 3 kinds of stairs, and what I've done is I've stacked them together. I painted, or I stained them, sanded them. I kind of did mine kind of beat up and messed up. I sanded them a lot. Let me turn my phone down a little bit. And then you've got a ton of these squares. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish, right? So those are spacers, and you've got 3 different styles of the steps. So I would put them, stack them up, and you're gonna have 1 extra of 1 style of stair, okay? And that's normal. And so what you're gonna see is that they all look exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the direction of the hole. I'm gonna have to turn them up so you can see the hole. The direction of the hole changes. Oh, goodness gracious, this. Okay, see that? So the direction of the hole changes 30 degrees. 30 degrees, yeah, no. 30, yeah. 30 degrees each time, and that's what creates the spiral. Okay, and I'll show you. So make sure you have them stacked, line them up. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna start, I started at the top, it doesn't matter because you're gonna start and stop on the one that is straight. Make sure you paint stain all sides of your stairs. So see how this opening is perfectly square to the step. That's gonna be the first and the last step that you start with. So it doesn't matter if you start on the top or the bottom, but if you start on the top, you don't need a spacer, I don't believe. The good part about this is you're not going to glue these, so you can add a spacer later if I'm forgetting. and just put it on your piece, okay? You're not gluing anything. This will not glue. And then I put it on the top, all right? And it doesn't really matter. This is perfectly square, so it doesn't matter which way your curve goes. And then just for ease, I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna build it upside down, and I'm gonna let this sit on top of my hand, okay? All right, so then I'm gonna put a spacer on. And then I'm gonna grab my next step. Don't mess up your stacks, okay? I'm gonna grab my next step. And what I've done is the flat side of the step is to me, and the angled side is away from me. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have the flat side to me, and the angle away. And what's gonna happen, see the angle of that step? It's gonna naturally make me go 30 degrees this way to make it go onto the wood. So I've decided to push mine this way. It doesn't matter if you go towards yourself or away from yourself, as long as you go the same direction the whole time. I'm gonna put on a spacer, okay? I'm gonna grab the next step. I'm gonna put the flat side to me, angled part away. Well, let me get it correct. The hole is over here by the posts, flat side to me, angled part away. Now I need to turn it once to get even with this step, and then if I did that, it would go on like this. Well, I'm threading it too far away from my eyes, and I have the wrong glasses on. There we go. Right? And then because of its natural turn, it's gonna make me turn it a little bit more, and it'll go right on. Okay, so the hole in the piece makes this happen naturally for you. And I'll put another spacer on. Now, here's my suggestion. I put 3 of the spacers on. Now what happens is you're gonna start over again. Now, because of the way the design goes, you're gonna start and you're gonna have to turn it. It's gonna go 90 degrees from your start, right? Remember when we said we weren't gonna use math when we got old? Now we're using math. So I'm gonna line this up, flat side to me. I'm gonna turn this 90 degrees. I'm gonna drop this right on. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do to make this easier on myself, I'm gonna turn this whole post to where this piece is in the position of this first piece by just turning it 90 degrees this way. You don't have to do that. It just makes this next couple of steps easier for my brain. Put my spacer on. By the way, I didn't paint or stain the spacers. You can't see anything but the burned edge, so don't worry about that. Again, I grab my next step, put the flat part to me, pointy part out, and I'm going to naturally let the turn of the step make it happen for me. And here's the thing, if you get all discombobulated with this, take them off, put them back on again. You're not gluing it, so you can't get it wrong because you can do it again. Flat part of the step to me. I'm gonna turn it this way until it goes onto the stick, and it will naturally be in its right spot. Look at that. Spacer. Going back to the original flat design. Flat part to me. Now I don't want to put it on straight. I've got to go 90 degrees, right? And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm turning the whole piece to me. Spacer. Flat part to me. Turn the whole piece until it falls. Spacer. The last one of these, flat part to me, and the whole piece until it fits. Come on. Spacer. And then I'm going to do the flat part to me, and this is the last one, and it's got to go 90 degrees. And then I've got 2 spacers left. I'm going to just put one on right this second, but I think I needed 2 on the bottom to make it fit right. So 2 on the bottom, and I'm kind of being a little bit careful because I don't want to lose them off the top, right? So this is what you'll end up with. If you don't, pull them off. Do it again. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, the goal is to line this top flat piece right here, the first one you put on, will line straight up with this. And it may not, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? We're crafting here. Oh, I gotta hold my spacer. See if I can do this. And I'm gonna put this in that hole. And I'm just gonna set it up there. Look, I didn't even glue, I did nothing. No glue, no nothing. I feel like an architectural genius. It is a little wobbly, okay? So, I mean, don't get me wrong. If your kids come through and whack it, it's gonna fall. So if you feel the need to put some glue up there, you can. You could grab like a command strip and rip a little piece off and tack it up there. That would work. If you want to be able to remove this, you can do that as well. But I do think they're not gonna, it's just little pieces of wood steps. They're not gonna hurt those pieces if they fall. So it's another piece I've chosen not to glue on mine, right? And there it sits. And that is your, and see, I can do that and it doesn't come out. I mean, honestly, don't we think the stairs would be a little bit creaky anyway? Okay, that's it. That's your spiral staircase. I know it's a little much, but I had to do it. I thought it was fun. Not that ghosts need stairs anyway, but it was just a fun little design piece to add to this big monstrous design. And I hope you love it. Have fun. Have fun painting. Enjoy. Have a good time. Hope you love the Spooky Village. And I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys.